When June comes, it is the start of the rainy season. During August to the end of September is the period when the monsoon enters Thailand in large numbers. When it has been rained heavily for several days, I start to worry about the road conditions. A bumpy gravel road stretches about 600 meters from our house to the paved road exit. In order to send our child to school, we couldn't avoid this dirt part. And the hardest part is the steep slope. Sometimes it's too slippery to drive because of mud from dirt fallen leaves and grass. We had to park on the sideway and walk up to the house instead. It's always like this every year in the rainy season. However, we didn't think it too much problem, and my husband, he took it as a chance to look for birds because there's a dam along the way. We often see many kinds of birds living around. Once, we saw a rare bird called a kingfisher. It's so amazing because this mountain town of Phnom Keau isn't its habitat. In the Bird Sky of Thailand book, it was recorded to be saw around seaside forests and tidal areas. Luckily, he took a photo of it. After that, we've never seen it again. This year, it rains a lot, and the roads are much worse than before. Fortunately, we don't have to send our child to school due to the epidemic situation of the coronavirus. The school has opened an online class instead. But when there is need to travel to do some errands, such as going to the bank, to the market, we have to plan carefully. On a day when the rain stops for a few days, the sun was out and the road was a bit dry. That looks like the car can run on. We must leave immediately before there will be rain again. But even if we are careful planning, sometimes we make a mistake. It turns out that our car was stuck in a ditch and we can't pass. Then we have to rely on our neighbor's tractor to help prune it up. This is one of the inconveniences of rural living here. Although there are some difficulties in the season, this is the time our family has been waiting for. When it rains heavily, that means we can store enough rainwater throughout the year. It's also a good time to use rainwater to clean gazebos, patios, and appliances. The rainwater here is also clean enough to use for cooking. Because of high level of oxygen in the air released from the two big forests that surround Phnom Keau town, and no pollution from the industry. Besides rain, we have another source of water from the reservoir, walking down to the south till the end of the land. But in the rainy season, the water from the dam is quite cloudy because the rain has washed the sediment into the water source. So we have to wait for a long time until the rain is gone. That settles until the water is clear enough. Then we will use a water pump to collect water from the dam. When we come to live a self-reliant life, we therefore realize the value of water use and maintenance of water resources. We refuse to use weed killer. This termite mushroom can occur naturally in the chemical contaminated soil and is so delicious for the cooking. We agree to organic way of gardening. The forest trees have been nurtured to support all the balance of environment. Back when I was in Bangkok with water pipe system, every home can use clean water without worry. It turns out that when the government campaigns to save water in the dry season, it's never been successful because most of the people in the city never felt that there couldn't be water to use. But when that day our family had to find water for ourselves, I saw the hardships of my husband. Every year he has to take care of cleaning the water tanks, rain gutters, taking care of all the rainfall jars. All this work is for our family, to have a good quality of life and far away from the developed infrastructure of the city. Thank you to my dear for his hard work and caring. After October, the rain was gone, the sun shines stronger, and the coming cold winter dried the air. The dried road will be smooth for more comfortable driving. It's gonna be the winter season. Lush green forests slowly change. The blooming of flowers start to be sour. My husband tends to buy some more plants at the garden shop during this time. He loves to decorate our garden with hanging pots of petunia flowers. He told me to learn how to grow the flowers because they create colorfulness and liveliness for a portrait photograph. I did, and many times failed. It's the kind of flower that easily dies with fungi disease. Anyway, I still try to plant, hoping this time they will grow into a big bush and produce abundant of beautiful flowers as a greeting and bliss for our friends in the coming winter time. Everyone has their own rainy time, but for all the growing life into this world, we can neither deny nor live without it. Live understandably and patiently till our new day comes, as the beauty and joy of the winter follow the hardship lesson of the passing rain.